A lot of programming YouTubers always start their videos with making a coffee. I don't know how this is relaxing to watch. Especially because I'm a stay-at-home dad. It gets very difficult to have quiet filming time with him. So hey guys, I'm Volin and I'm making a video editor inside of Godot, a game engine. So, for the project, I've already created a Git repository. So I was not going to make it public that early on, but I feel like if I will make it public at some point, why not now? It will take some time before we have a real working version. Want to join? This month I'll mainly be focusing on the layouts and trying to make it somewhat working. But because I want to have a modular system, everything needs to be modular. So I've been looking at layouts of different video editors. I made some rough guidelines of how I want it to look, and I also selected a color scheme. Okay, so let's take a look at what I've got so far. So that's basically everything that I have right now. I greyboxed the design a little bit, made some things work by using scripts. Let's delete everything. Again. Designing has never been one of my strong points, but with this new design I'm trying to create something more usable and something different compared to what already exists in other video editors. This redesign will be my last attempt for now, as I want to start working more on the core elements and the core scripting of the video editor to make it actually functional. Let me know what you think of this layout design in the comments. First element of the editor which I wanted to make is the project manager. When you start up the video editor, you'll be greeted by this project manager in which you can create new projects, remove them. Basically it's very similar to the Godot project select screen. I want this editor to be very configurable by using modules. Basically all parts will exist as a module. So when people don't like the file explorer or the project manager, by example, they can just switch them out altogether. Making this modular system isn't an easy task, and there's one small annoyance in the way that I do it right now. So you can write the script to use the autoload functions, but they will always show up as invalid as the project, which is used to make the modules, does not actually have those autoload scripts available, which is a slight inconvenience, and that's what I'll be working on next. So right now the modules are separate Godot projects, and I'll try to make it possible to create those modules inside of the main project itself. I think that will probably be easier than what I'm trying to do now. I'm not certain. It requires more testing. It took me a little bit of time to figure out how I want the module system to be. Will I make it out of the engine like I was doing right now, by having every single module as a different project? But there are some issues with that, and I figured if I can find a way to make it in engine, it would be easier, but I wasn't quite certain, so I made a sheet. So some of the positives of making it in engine: no teaming issues, so everything can use the default team or people can just create their own team. No scripting issues, because as we've seen, using the autoload functions, it does not really work and it's not very convenient to find everything. It requires less work for me as well, because I don't need to create a whole documentation sheet of all the functions that people can use. Again, that's kind of combined with the no scripting thing. And it's easier to see and test if your module actually works or not, and how it looks inside of the video editor. Some negatives are, it will be more difficult or complicated for people to do. That's mainly because, oh wow, big head. It will mainly be more difficult and more complicated because they will have to go through the work inside of the engine together with all the other files of the entire video editor. It's maybe a positive thing, maybe a negative thing. I will have to create some kind of documentation for that, but it will be less complicated than making the documentation for the out of engine method. And another negative thing is more errors are possible, because you have to create an PCK file or zip file. I will go for PCK files because I feel like it will probably work a little bit better. And another thing that's kind of like so is the new method will make the editor slow if people have many modules. The modules will go into the user in the user folder under modules, and then under the module that they are, like the project manager, file explorer, and they will directly get loaded inside of the engine on startup. This can be a good thing, this can be a bad thing, really depends on how many modules people install. If they only install the needed ones and they only have one module for the project manager, one module for the file explorer, it won't make performance very bad, but it will consume more and more RAM if they decide to add even more and more. So, and I feel like the method that I found, that I came up with now, is probably the method that I'll be going for the next couple of updates. So let's start programming. So it's been a couple of weeks now. I was able to finish the modular system and the project manager screen, together with the interfaces for the file explorer and for the project manager itself. So that's basically all I have right now, but else this video will start to get kind of long. In the next video I'll be talking more about the project manager, but first let's take a look at what we have right now. Okay, so welcome to my video editor. Right now I don't have a lot. This is basically everything. So if we start this and move it to another screen real quickly. We have our projects tab and we have our about tab. About tab is just a little bit of information about the whole video editor. We can add a new project. So we call it test 1. Let's just select the main folder. Okay. We can remove projects. If we add another one real quick and close it, go to the folder. That's also a thing. Every time when you create a new file, a new project, and you try to remove it through the editor itself, it will not remove the files, it will only remove the entry from the list. So what we could basically do, I could also show that real quick. So import project, let's import it. I don't know why, sometimes it happens, sometimes it does not happen. It really, yeah, you see, it really depends. I'm not certain why. Normally if you reset the editor, it fixes the issue sometimes, but apparently it does not want to again. Oh well. So there's still some issues. But if you have missing project files, we can remove missing projects and normally they will all lead. I'm not certain why it added 2, so let's quickly want to find out why. Okay, yeah, no, it does not do it now. So yeah, sometimes it bugs out a little, sometimes it works correctly. Yeah, so far you cannot really open any project. This is basically everything. So the only thing that I've been working on is the project manager itself, but also the interfaces. So I got the interface for the project manager and for the file explorer. So these files are kind of important. All the module interfaces are important. So if you want to create your own module, you have to use these functions to load in the projects and such, or to start up the file explorer. If people use these interfaces for their own modules that they make, then other people can also use them inside of their projects without any problems. I will make a more detailed instruction video about how to create your own modules. So yeah, so far we have our project manager and we have our file explorer, which basically uses the standard, the built-in file explorer window. I could create this myself, but I don't want to waste time on that. I want to create the actual video editor part up next, because in the next video I kind of want to have some way of editing videos, and maybe I can edit the next video inside of this editor. So yeah, there's still quite a lot of work, a lot of things are not implemented at all yet. Something I've been working on as well is trying to get the whole size lower of the Godot game engine. And that's everything I have right now. The next video will probably include some actual video editing stuff that we can do inside of the editor. Because right now I mainly focus on creating the modular system and the whole project manager. I have not had the time yet to implement the actual editing features like the timeline, the project view, the extra modules for changing the size of the images and the videos that you insert and such. So that's all coming soon in the next video, probably. It may take some time. I decided to only upload once a month with an update video of this video editor, because it's quite a lot of work. So I hope you like this little update, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.